The race to 2016 is full steam ahead, but comedian Jay Leno wonders if Hillary Clinton has the stamina to make it.
Let me ask you about Hillary, and let me ask you about this, and I like her. I don't see the fire. Her and Elizabeth Warren are almost the same age. And I see Elizabeth Warren come out, boom, throwing a punch, boom, 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 boom. She seems to be seems very slow and very deliberate. I don't see that fire, you know, that fire that I used to see, that I see in Elizabeth Warren. Because I say to people, how much younger is Elizabeth Warren than Hillary? People go, oh, 15 years. No, 18 months.
Here to react, Republican strategist Lisa Boothe and Democrat strategist Brian Benjamin. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Hi, Anna.
Lisa, maybe she's moving slow because she's tired from logging all those air miles, traveling to so many countries as Secretary of State. But you say that that's really what needs to be the focus, not her age, but her record as Secretary of State.
Absolutely. I mean, I do agree with Jay Leno, and let's face it, Anna, you know, Hillary Clinton is no spring chicken. I mean, she's been a national figure for a quarter century now. But I don't think that's the path that Republicans should go down. I actually think that's a very dangerous path to either address the age or her gender. What I think Republicans should focus on is her record. I mean, Hillary Clinton's going to have a very difficult time separating herself from President Obama, whose agenda was rejected by historical proportions during the 2010 and 2014 elections. Hillary Care also paved the way for Obamacare, which has been incredibly unpopular since its inception. And she's also directly responsible for President Obama's foreign policy failures, like the Russia reset. And I think her biggest problem is that she is no Bill Clinton. She doesn't have that likability factor.
Right, Lisa. And Benjamin, do you think age even needs to be something that should be talked about? Wouldn't Romney be about the same age at 69?
They're both 67, so that would be a problem. They'll be 69 at that time. Absolutely. And I think when you talk about experience as Secretary of State, Hillary has, you know, been on the world stage dealing with some of these issues that we are so concerned about now. There's no Republican who could even compete with her on that. So when you want to start talking about who has the experience and who has the sort of record, particularly on foreign policy, Hillary is light years ahead of the Republicans. So I think you should be careful about that argument too. But I agree with Lisa that there should not be a concern or conversation around age when it comes to, and gender, when it comes to this election.
Benjamin, I'll let you have the first word on this next topic.
Sure.
We've heard from Romney time and time again, looking on to 2016. I'm not going to run, not going to run. Then on Friday, we heard he may be considering it while speaking to some at a fundraising event in New York City. What do you make of that? Well,
he has to say it to his donors because, you know, Jeb Bush is coming strong. And so unless he wants to be sort of out of the conversation, he needs to sort of get out there and say, okay, look, I'm still considering this, folks. So don't rush to Jeb or to Chris Christie at this point. I think it's really posturing to make sure he's part of the conversation if he decides he wants to do it in the next few months.
Okay, so you think it's more of a power play?
I think it's a power play.
Okay. Lisa, what do you say?
Well, you know, I definitely think his rhetoric has changed from no, no, no to now he's talking to donors. He's meeting with, you know, former senior staff advisors. But I think Mitt Romney's biggest problem is going to be convincing middle-class voters, if he does decide to run, that he cares about them. If you look at a post-mortem by the Boston Globe, the biggest problem Mitt Romney had was on the question, does Mitt Romney care about me? And Obama beat Romney by a 63% margin. So I think he's going to have a tough time convincing middle-class voters that he cares about them.
Lisa Boothe, Brian Benjamin, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.